How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Keith here from Commander Hoop Celtic. I hope you are doing well. Instead of come on tonight, give me post-match reaction to the win. Obviously, a good comprehensive win to Ross County at home at Celtic Park. So, hello to me followers on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So, you get through the comments. Obviously, happy Christmas Eve to you. I hope he's got his presents in all set for the big one. Hopefully, he's be giving away Celtic presents as well. Maybe the new jersey, tour jersey, away jersey, whatsoever. But shout out to my Celtic family that are watching. Massive thanks to you as well that watched on Sunday night for the podcast. We had a good laugh. We obviously done a rep session as well, and then we done a post-match reaction, and we were on a Celtic state of mind. So it was a good reaction from the Celtic family all across the social media platforms. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate if you could. We're going for 5k, so we're 400 away. They're being a lot to me. I've been putting a lot of effort into this page for the last 10 years at this rate, but this year's been a massive year. We've got some good musicians on, but let's start with the football. Look at a clean sheet tonight. Can't complain. Conor Hazard with a clean sheet. Well done. He wasn't really tested at all in the game. Congratulations to David Turnbull coming up with a goal. Congratulations to Super League getting 80 minutes under the belt, scoring a phenomenal header as well. So that was really good. I was delighted with that. I was delighted, obviously, Sorrow came back into the mix, done quite well. Laxall was back in the mix. Laxall played average tonight. Oyer obviously filled in for Duffy. Duffy was obviously injured. Oyer played really well tonight. Julian had spells. He looked a bit frustrated. Right back, Jeremy Frimpong, hands on. Look, he's not an established right back. He's a winger. He's an effective winger. Obviously, Ryan Christie was playing ahead of him, but you got to give it to Jeremy Frimpong. The goal in the first half from David Turnbull, the way he turned the Ross County defence, and then the assist on was absolutely brilliant. So it's good to see. You're probably wondering why I'm coming on so late. The reason why I'm coming on so late is because to get everything set up. Everything's set up. Have a Guinness as well. Why not? It's the festive season. So hello there to Macon. Hope you're doing well up in Tyrone. Hello to Lynn as well. That's watching on Facebook. Hello to Frankie as well. Hope you're doing well. Hello to Paddy Sweeney as well. As I said, hello to you all that's watching on the platforms. Really appreciate it. So I want to hear his opinions, obviously, on the game. Look at Mikey Johnson came on, played well. Effective midfielder. Tom Rogers came on. The Charm came on. Avenue Yeti came on. Yeti didn't really do much, but the partnership with Edward and Griffiths was good tonight. It really was good to see. There was a bit of link-up play. Obviously, the final pass was a bit frustrating, but Edward's work rate album, I was very impressed. It really was, I have to say. For Edward not scoring, he done quite well. Tracking back, he was stuck in, and so like to say. So a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to say on the platform tonight, like Scott Brown can't play again, can't play for the next two games. Maybe put him in the mix at Ibrox because Sorrow was so commanding, so composed. He had it tonight. McGregor played decent enough as well. Another captain performance as well. Like, we got to look at the massive positives tonight that Hazard and Callum McGregor are hitting records. Like, that's Hazard's second domestic clean sheet in the SPFL. So congratulations to Conor Hazard. Really good to see that he's doing quite well. There is speculation. Obviously, we will get another keeper in the winter. Obviously, the transfer window is only a couple of weeks away. I don't think we can get Fraser Foster personally between us. I really don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to take the pay cut to come back up to Glasgow, regardless if it's 6-month deal. I just don't think he will. And I love Fraser Foster. I've mentioned him many times on the podcast, on my YouTube videos, that I'm a big fan of Fraser Foster. So yeah. How's it going, David? How are you keeping? It's good to see you doing a good performance there in the 4-star show a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations, David. Keep it going. David was Celtic sing along literally an hour before the games on the weekend. So jumping on, it's on Facebook. Does it the odd time on Instagram as well. It's a good lad. Hope he drank his 4-star gin as well, to be honest. So yeah, congratulations, David. Hi Keith, we got the points. We did indeed, Sheila. It was a good performance tonight. It really was. Look, it could have been 4 or 5. It could have been, but you know what? It's 3 points. It's a clean sheet. We just got to take these games, like, especially coming back from a quadruple hangover. We done well. You know, we got to think about this a month ago. We got crashed out of the cup by Ross County, different manager then as well, and they looked weak. They really did look weak tonight. And I know they're a team that's fighting for the life in the relegation battle, but we made a few changes tonight. The changes paid off. Composed defensively, a few little cracks there and then, but the cracks weren't shown tonight really that much because it was a clean sheet. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Peter says Griffiths is the key. I as always the key. What I mean, apologies there. I think Lee Griffiths is the key. I think I'd start him against Hamilton, start him against Dundee United. Why not? He's coming on at confidence from scoring in the Scottish Cup, scoring obviously at home in Celtic Park. I know it's not the same without the fans, obviously, but he has to start. You know, he's given Edward a bit of chemistry up there. There's more link up play. I know we have a good core midfield that we can change the formation around. Like Rogic could come in, and Chan could come in, but I think that I definitely agree with you there, Pete. I think he has to play definitely 100%. And you know what? If he looks like his fitness is getting better as well. 80 minutes under the belt tonight, so could be, you never know, a surprise twist that we could get him in the mix for Ibrox as well. So let us know what the sound is like as well, folks. Should be okay. Test it all out. Yeah, agree, honey. You always need to keep the points and scoring. That's it. Like, you can go into Christmas and not have a crowd. You know, it has been a bit of a Turnbull season, you know, I could say, from September up to the start of December. But we're getting there. We're 4 wins on the bounce now in all competitions, obviously. So we just got to keep the belief going. I know a lot of people's faith have gone. They've described it on the platforms, on social media as well, that their faith's not there in Neil Lennon. But if we keep winning, I'm sure that a bit of their brain will change around and say, you know what, this could be something on. But there is a thing there where we could lose a game and it could all go back to Sunders again. So let's hope that we can build the mentality away that Hamilton playing Dundee United, and then obviously going to Ibrox in the second as well. I wouldn't rule out the Ibrox game. I really believe. I know they won tonight against St Johnstone away. They're on flying form, but if we're on flying form, anyone's game. You know, win every game to the end of the season should be ours. The thing I was thinking about here, young Callum, is on YouTube. What if we do win every game until the end of the season and the Rangers win every game? It still might not be enough. You know, considering we do have to play them 3 times. What if we were to play them 3 times and he's still strong? You know, like, it's tough to call. You know, mathematics. I know we have the 3 games in hand that we have to play as well. Like, I feel that we should have played one of them games in hand last week when Rangers were playing St Mirren. I just felt like we got robbed in that scenario, but we'll have to see. Big time. It's a bit echo. Is it the audio is a bit echo? So let me just try fix this for you now. If that's a bit better, let me know. If that should be a bit better, I'll take this off. Take a little bit of posh piece off, so that should be okay. Let me know. See if that's a bit better. Okay, as I said at the start of the season, I'll say again to you, if we weren't to do 10, it's not a thing you haunt for the rest of your life. It's a football season. Sometimes teams fall, and we've had a remarkable 9 years. We've had a remarkable, obviously, breaking history on Sunday, getting the quad treble as well. So just got to believe that it's been an achievement in itself that we've got this far, and I'm very honoured as a Celtic fan to gone through them moments. I'm sure we all are. So we'll have to see. That's much better. Thank you very much. I'm glad that's better now. I'll just, for now on going forward, I'll just use this. So if you just want to share this on Facebook, go ahead. Retweet it on Twitter. I don't have much people on Twitter, so I'm trying to get up to the 5K. I'm going to take about 50 away on Twitter. So Twitter's a hard place to keep the teams happy, but I'm happy with the YouTube and the Facebook. So yeah, Hamilton obviously on Saturday, on, as you call over in Scotland, Boxing Day, we call it Stevens' Day here in Dublin, in Ireland. So it will be a tough one. Plastic pitch. We're in for a tough game, as usual, over it against the Ackies. But we're on a bit of flying form. Would I change much on Saturday? On Saturday. What I do is I bring Taylor back in. I know Laxall was pretty average tonight. You know, Laxall's been pretty good since he came in, but his form is dipping a bit.
And the only way his form's going to get better if you keep playing him. But Laxall, I'd bring Taylor back in, keep obviously Hazard, and no question, keep Hazard the way he's playing. Right back, if Duffy is up for the game against Hamilton, I'd put Oyer back right back. I would play obviously Julian and Duffy midfield. I'll keep Sorrow. I'll keep McGregor, Turnbull in there. Them three core midfielders on the right. Do you know what? I'd actually drop Christie for this game as much as I hate saying it. I'll drop Christie. I'll keep Frimpong on. Give him a half. On the left, I'll give Mikey Johnson a run. Why not? I don't think he's going to go with the 4-4-2, even though I'd love to see it. I just think he was just demonstrating at home tonight. And I'd go with Edward in front. Even though Griff is at the scoring, you can always change it around with Edward and Griff. I think Yeti is going to find it hard to get back in that team. I know he came off the bench tonight. And the same with Clamala as well. It's going to be hard for them to get back in the team. Get a keeper and Stephen O'Donnell. That's Stephen O'Donnell from Motherwell. Is leaving well in January. I see my local paper. I think he's going to get a new contract at Ferry Park. He's a solid guy. Yeah, he's been pretty decent as well for the Scottish national team. I would take O'Donnell. I think I would 100%. What do you think if we don't get the 10? If we sack Lennon, who would you have as a manager? Personally, out straight. I think next season either way. If Neil's leave at the end of the season or go in the next 2 or 3 games, whatever it is, there's always going to be a building structure with Celtic anyway next season. I would personally think it's probably going to be a Scottish manager. I think the likes of Alex Neil probably get as much as I hate saying it. I don't think Celtic as a club are going to go splash out to rebuild the team in a way that they've done with the likes of getting Brendan Rodgers in the past, because we were actually on a roll with trophies. It could be a Alex Neil, a Paul Lambert, as much as I hate saying it. It could be a Gordon Strachan, even though Gordon Strachan's not keen to go back to management just yet. It's really hard to call. It could be a Perescu. Personally, I just don't feel like talking about Neil Lennon. I know it's I've mentioned it many times on his podcast how I felt about the confidence was going to Neil Lennon and we need to stick by him. A lot of people are sticking by him, and I respect that. And I've came out and I've objected about it so many times. I've said, look, give the guy a break. But when results were bad and it was getting worse and worse, the mood was changing. And I think the mood will keep changing, to be honest. I just think it's a case where you sit down, you watch the football, you analyse as a Celtic fan, because majority of the fans can't be in the stadium, and you give your final opinion. It's going to change. It just depends on the run, just depends on the form. But if you can keep it going and get a win over Rangers and Ibrox, I think he'll win over a lot of Celtic fans. And I hope he does, because, as I said before, I like to see Neil do it, because he's Celtic the core than most of these hooligan fans that smash the place up. He knows the philosophy of winning. He's been out there as a player, as a coach, as a fan. He knows what the story is. He's won multiple honours with the club, and a lot of people don't give him the respect that he deserves. So, for the time being, I like us not to talk about manager, because he's still in the job. When he's out of job, throw every manager name at, because I just felt like every time I talk about manager, it just brings up so much negativity. And we want to be on a high tonight. We've won. Yes, maybe the team at the bottom of the league, but we done the basic things, and that's the most important, that we've been slacking in recent times. So yeah. Hey Tracy and hey Eddie, hey Hell. Sorrow looks nothing but quality every minute. As I said in previous videos, and I'll say it again, I think with Sorrow, it's a case that his confidence is driving. He's feeling more commanding in midfield. He's very similar to what we had with Wanyama and Kayal. He's doing good, He's doing good, and that's the main thing. Nicola Duffy says she'd keep Neil Lennon. Look, that's all we can do, is just keep playing every game that comes. I know it sounds glorified, but football's a tough job, and managerial is a tough job, and it's all depends on results. As much as we love that he's done the treble, he's done the quad treble, he's done it as a manager, a player, he's a respected man, and I hope his legacy doesn't fail at Celtic, because if it's a case that he is the man that doesn't deliver 10 in a row, I won't hate him. He's done what he could, and that's the main thing. How are Celtic fans feeling after 2 win and 2 despite not playing well? To be honest with you, it's it's building blocks. It's what it's all about, Gordon. It's a stage that it had to happen sooner than later, because if they weren't going to get the results, it would have been more mayhem. It would have been more like a Coronation Street or any standards on smartphones outside Celtic Park, and that's not the image of Celtic fans we want, because we're not that type of fans. You know, a lot of these fans have grown up through dark times, and when they see that type of nature being orchestrated outside Celtic Park, it makes them upset. It makes them sick. It makes them worse than the result on the pitch. So let's just hope it just gets better and better. Really does, and it's all you can do is take every game as it comes. I'm not thinking of 10 in a row. I'm not thinking of the league. I'm just thinking of getting Hamilton over the way, getting Dundee if we do well on Saturday, and then we're going to Ibrox, because Ibrox is going to be a tough one. We all know what Rangers are in good form this season. They have nothing. They have nothing to lose. They think in their eyes, but look, I think pressure will get to them once we start winning these games in hand. So we'll have to see. The only way that we can put the pressure on them is beating them at Ibrox. We can't afford it. Leave Ibrox with a point. We need to go with 3 points, and that's the mentality we need, like every Celtic fan wants. Start Griff and Eddie up front for every game with Turnbull and Sorrow, and I are right back. It'll be some confidence between the team. I'd agree, but I think it's the case that Turnbull is not fully 90 minutes yet. We get about 60 minutes out of Turnbull, and it will get better and better as time go by. Regards to Oyer has to play right back. You know, the runs he does is class. I know Jeremy Frimpong's stuck in there tonight, and he was very effective on the wings, but we need more flank play, especially up them lines. When James Forrest comes back in, it's going to be a different game ball as well. More pace added to the side. He might be off the pace of being out for so long as well, so we have to give him the benefit of the doubt. It will take time to get in there, definitely. If you had all the players, who would be your starting 11 all fit? Why starting 11 for the season overall? I'd starting 11 would be, it's a tough one. It's confusing. It's a great question, to be honest with you, Hannah. It really is a great question. I go with, obviously, stick with, because Barkas, not Barkas. Stick with Hazard. Right back would be Oyer, because his leadership skills are great. I'd go with Duffy as much as he's gone under a lot of scrutiny in recent times. I'll go with Julian. Julian can be good when Julian can be class when he's on his game. Obviously effective with corners and stuff like that, and set pieces as well. Last minute challenges. Left back would have to go with Laxall. I think Laxall overall, when he came in, has been quite good. I know I keep saying Taylor has to stick in there, but I think Taylor obviously has experience of playing on the plastic pitch. So I go with Taylor obviously on left back on, I keep saying Sunday, Saturday, because I'm used to us playing on Sunday. It's just a typical thing now. It's stead in the head. Midfield, I'd have to go with Turnbull, McGregor. Right wing, it has to be Christie. I know James Forrest hasn't played much this season, so I wouldn't put James Forrest in me starting 11 for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, hasn't done a lot. As I said, he's been on the sidelines. Unfortunately, left would have to be Mohamed Enoussi. I think Mohamed Enoussi has turned up on the stages in Europe for us. He's got some crucial goals, even in the league as well, against Motherwell, getting a hat trick, and also I'd play him left. And then up front, it has to be Griffiths and Edward. Look at the lads been in. Griffiths has been at the club since 2014, over 100 goals for Celtic. I think he's over 112 goals now at this rate. He has to play. He's a winner. He knows what the crack is with the shirt. I know he's a Hoiby inside out, but winning the medals with Celtic is relief. He loves it, strives off it. And Edward, you need to get him back to the man he is. The lemon Edward. I want to be adored. Edward. He can obviously hit free kick. When he's on form, he's the best striker in Scotland. So, and that's why a lot of teams were in from in the summer, because what he can bring, he's still a young potential, a lot of caliber as well. So yeah, James Forrest should be back hopefully by the end of January. That's what they're planning to get him back for. If he's back by then, happy days. It'd be unbelievable. It'd be great to see him back in there, because we need a bit of an injection on the right wing. I know Christie's not an out right winger. I know I'd put him in the team there, just there. But we have, regards to Hannah's question, like the bench is solid. We can bring Frimpong on. We can bring Rogic on. We can bring Bruni on as a captain. I know bring a Yeti on, Klamala as well. So there's a lot there's a lot to offer regards to that side. So yeah, I think we are missing one, two direct wingers. Johnson, look at Mikey Johnson, looked pretty decent tonight. You can't fault that. He was really good when he came on. Looked effective. So that's why I'd start him on Saturday against Hamilton. Why not? Like, he'd be brilliant. It'd be brilliant to see him getting a bit of confidence. But the only thing is, that pitch is such a dodge. Like, obviously artificial pitches. If you get the bad tackle, you could be out for the rest of the season. So that can happen to any player, I'm in Glasgow, and I'll be Celtic and family, and my dad's a Donegal boy. But I'll be back to you from my man, Daz. Brilliant. Good stuff to see. Yeah, just keep the comments going, folks. I'll be on for another 10 minutes. Then be heading to bed. As I said, I've better off coming on late. I know it's better than not doing it at all. I really appreciate the support and the platforms as well. Don't think we're going to get any musicians on over the Christmas festive period because they need to spend time with their families. I will be popping on Christmas night to do a preview with Mick because obviously the kids early enough for Christmas Day, and then I'll have them on Stevens' Day. So I'll be on Christmas night. It might be a bit steaming, so we'll have a laugh and take it as it comes. Frankie Boyle saying, what about Duffy? I played Duffy in the starting 11 for the rest of the season. I think he has a point to prove to a lot of Celtic fans. In previous games, he's been a liability, but he's came out and spoke about how he suffered mentally with the pressure coming with Celtic, losing his father, gelling to the squads. It's a different environment. Obviously, another factor as well, not meeting the fans on a daily basis would be upsetting as well. Paying that money to come up and strive and see fellow fans. So yeah, I'd put Duffy in there. It's a good question. I'm a Red Sauce fan. Like, I just rather prefer Red Sauce, and that was a bit random for a Celtic podcast, but just to put it out there, yeah, definitely Red Sauce, or even Red Sauce on the pizza. This right, unbelievable. So yeah, I'm gonna throw that jersey on probably tomorrow or Christmas. We'll see. Throw it on for the podcast. The old 94, isn't it? 94 to 96 jersey. The tour jersey. It's a great picture of Tommy Burns wearing it. And obviously Tommy Burns was the manager one of them seasons. Two of them seasons actually. And Pierre Van Hooydonk, George Cadetti. Some good players that wore that jersey. Obviously the maestro, Paul McStay. Can't forget about him. Stephen Kelly. I play a counter-attack team on the second, go, Frimpong, Griffiths, and attacking them. I personally think, Stephen, I think it's too early to judge the second. I know it's a recommendation. I just think we need to get over the next two games. We can see who's in form, because players will dip, and that's what happens in football. But if they can keep the consistent level they've been playing the last 4 games, the whole squad, that's all we need. I just have a feeling Scott Brown will be put in the mix in the second, and I wouldn't disagree if Scott Brown was put back in, because he done well against Hearts. I know Rangers are a different opposition, the top of the league and stuff, but he's a wind-up merchant. He's passionate. If you've seen the goal celebration when Lee Griffiths against Hearts and Bruni right in Naismith, just unbelievable. It's great to see a man like that, Bruni. Didn't see the match today, but did Hazard have a good game? Hazard was not much really put on Hazard, to be honest. Sorry, folks, I'm full of a bit of wind. So yeah, it was a clean sheet for him. Congratulations, that's 2 league games in a row at Celtic Park is clean sheets. Big confidence. The big test obviously is away the weekend. I know Hamilton are not one of the greatest teams in the league, but in that artificial pitch, getting the defence in shape, getting the set pieces right, feeling command in the box, it's a massive task for him the weekend. As I said, no room for error going forward this season. So we'll see what happens. Every window seems like we need a centre back or as a right back. Do you think we need to strengthen this area? Of course, I think with Al Hamid, obviously, Virgil going back to Israel because of the personal circumstances, we need to get an established right back. Look, Jeremy Frimpong is a right mid, and that's the fact is he can tackle for sure. He's a good player. He's energetic. He's fast as hell. But do you think we could sign Laxall? You think we should sign Laxall on a permanent? I don't know, because Laxall was obviously bought for good money from the AC Milan. Bought for good money at the time, 14 million from the previous club he was at. I think it was Bologna he was at. So we'll have to see. We'll see what happens there. To be honest, he's a good player. We still have a lot of football to judge him on. So out straight. I don't even want to buy him, and I wouldn't agree a deal in principle just yet in January. What's the point? We don't even know where we're going to be at the end of the season. If we're going to be winning the league, going into the Champions League automatically, or are we going to be playing a crucial playoff spot to get into the Champions League? It just depends. It really depends on how this season unfolds, and then we'll consider because we are going to be up money at the end of the season because there will be a clear out. Unfortunately, the likes of Edward probably will go. Oyer will go. I'd say if we can keep Oyer past this next window, it'd be brilliant. It really would. So we'll have to see. If he's going to share it on Facebook, I really appreciate it. We're trying to get up to the 40k mark by the anniversary, which is March 23rd, 2021. Page is still striving, so Page is after getting so much growth thanks to you watching all the lives, watching the musicians play, the random content we put up. We can't keep every Celtic fan happy, but it is what it is. I always say it's what you put out. What is that person that's going to criticise you? What are they going to match with? A troll comment. Majority of the time they do. So can't keep everyone happy, but keep myself happy. That's the main thing. I think Laxall agent has confirmed he won't be joining them, and I won't be rejoining after the loan spell. I haven't heard much about it, to be honest with you, Con. And if it comes to the case that he does go, it does go. Like, it's a loan move, and that's why I think a lot of Celtic fans hurt. Is we go back to the likes of Paddy Roberts. These loan moves have hurt us in the past. Obviously we got Edward out of the line eventually from PSG for 9 million, but the loan moves like Benkovic as well was one that a lot of people would still like to see back, but he's playing for Bristol's Rovers at the moment, I think. Tonight, like this, a few more games attacking. That's all. Tonight was all about building confidence, getting goals, keeping a clean sheet. The pitch, I just want to talk about the pitch to you. I think the pitch was an absolute disgrace tonight. I know, I understand last region weather does be bad this time of the year. And we don't want to go back to that stage where, remember Motherwell's pitch back in 2007, a season where the pitch was disgraced for about 9 games on the trot. So we need to keep, for the best team in Scotland, for the best groundskeepers in Scotland, we need to get that pitch into immaculate form. I know it's very hard to maintain, but we have the heaters. We have a good closed stadium as well. Never know in the future. Celtic Park might have a roof over it. Would you like to? That's a thing. That's a thing where we've never discussed on the channel before on the podcast. If we were to build up the stand, would you like a roof over Celtic Park? That's a question. Do you think? Would you like that? Because considering the weather that we're getting and global warming is kicking in, would you like to see that? Because I would like to see Celtic Park get a bit of the old roof over it. Why not? Why not? It looked like it does look like a modern day stadium, but bring it up an extra level. Especially the disco lights and the disco night. Imagine the noise; it'd be unbelievable. But at the same time, a lot of people would be ejecting, saying you want to hear that noise from miles away. So let's see. Keep the comments coming, flowing in. We'll be ashamed to lose him. We think it's quality, but you know what? I think this is a good thing for the likes of Taylor. I think Taylor has stepped up his game since Laxall came in. Bit of competition for him. So we'll have to see. Yeah. How many players do you think we'll get in January? Personally, I don't think we're going to make a lot of investment in January. I think we've looked at the books. It's been 25 million invested in the squad in the last calendar year. I could see us maybe getting 2 players in. Perhaps maybe a right back, and I wouldn't say an attacking midfielder because we have a lot of chemistry in that midfield. Roger can still do a job. If I was doing a clear out, I'd obviously get rid of the Cham. I can see who's going to go in January. I see the likes of Banco going on loan if you're getting a new keeper. I'd keep Barkas. I think Barkas needs to settle at the club, settle in the environment at Glasgow. There's no point getting rid of him. Yeah. Maybe a right back because as I said, Alhama goes. That's it. Stephen Asa is a wee rat. Well, look, I'll tell you one thing about Naismith. He gives his socks for any club he plays for. As much as I don't like the guy, you have to give it to him there that he still has it for his age. What is he, 34 years of age, and he still runs around like he's 28. Still sharp, He causes threats the weekend. Once he was linked to go with Celtic, and when he was at Kilmarnock, but I'm kind of glad we never got him because he is a bit of a wee rat, as you would say. So yeah. Really about the pitch, bloody disgrace. As I said to you already, Tim's, it's just an idea. Do you think down the line with this global warming getting worse and worse, would you like to see Celtic Park being expanded to an 80,000 seat stadium, and we look at perhaps getting a roof put on? Because a roof would be unbelievable. And one of them roofs similar to what they have in Wembley or the Millennium Stadium would be ideal. So yeah, my 9-year-old daughter thinks Taylor's cute. A lot of people fancy young Greg Taylor. I think it's came to the situation of an injury up front would put a Klamala or Yeti. I think that's what was planned for. If it was an Edward injury or Lee Griffiths wasn't at the table, they were planning to get these two boys in, and it's good to have resources there, regards to striking. Tonight we had 2 or 3 chances to be up front and go front. The players didn't hit the net. Our back line looked more reliable, but the front line still not taking the chances. I agree with you there. Edward had a couple of chances. I still think there's that anxiety in the team where every team parks the bus and they're not willing to go for that shot. I know McGregor's tried it a few times, but Christie needs to come out with them hand and crackers, especially at Celtic Park. Definitely. 100%. So yeah, keep the comments going. I'll go on for another 10 minutes and then I'll be off. Yeah, a lot of people have said that to me as well in the past as well, Aidan. I would say, yeah, he's due to the connection with him and Mohamed Anusi from the Basel days. Look at, yeah, he's a good player in Swiss football. Didn't work out West Ham for him, unfortunately. Still does well for the Swiss team. Yeah. We'll have to see. I'm not talking about the roof now. I'm talking about the roof in long term. Obviously, like the Celtic would have to go through planning permission for the council and stuff like that. I mean, long term, like maybe perhaps in about 5 or 6 years' time. As I said, global warming is going to hit. We want the best. We want the best surfaces for the champions or for Celtic. We want the best pitch. We want to show tourists and players that come play from the Europe's elite what Celtic Park's made of. Having that extra bonus to it. As I said, Celtic Way is a phenomenal piece. The stadium's a phenomenal piece. The fans are a phenomenal piece. The corner where the standing section is unbelievable. Like everything about Celtic is just unbelievable. But adding that extra to it, it would be something decent. I said I've never touched on it before, but why not? What players do you think will leave in January? I think personally, I think Nachan will go. I think Rodgers will go. I think Rodgers will stay at the club until the end of the season. I don't know. Regards to bringing people in January, there is a player that does stick out to me. There's a lad called Ben Davis from Preston North End. We were linked with him in the last 2 windows. He can play centre back, he can play right back, left back. I'd like to see him come in. He's captained Preston North End a few times as well. I think he's captained them over 44 times. So yeah, wouldn't be a bad show. Never know. Get Lewis Morgan back in January from Inter Miami. We'll never see. I don't think we are comfortable until we give a team do you know what, Dave? I completely agree with you. I still don't think we're at stage 5 yet. I still think we're at stage 4. Work to improve on. Obviously, we start seeing more clean sheets. The thoughts of obviously them results go overhead. Them 3 goals conceded against Hearts. Them 2 goals conceded against Ross County. Them 2 goals conceded against them goals even conceded in Europe against Sparta Prague. They've really bedded into their heads this season with the negativity. But we need to move forward, and you're right. We need to get that level. We need stage 5 before Ibrox, and we're going to take every team as it comes coming forwards. Hamilton are going to be up for it. Every team are going to be up for it this season to stop Celtic doing 10 in a row, and that's the joys of football. And you got to realise the majority of them fans, them teams don't have fans in that stadiums anyway. What, about 100 or 200? So yeah. So Ian says on YouTube, I'll play for the champ to get to the airport. Do you know what? I will be a taxi for the champ, sorry. Basically, I'll be the same. I just don't think he came on tonight. I just don't like his mentality. I just think I don't know if it's just a typical French stubbornness about him. But I'm not a fan of the champ as he used to be. I just think this season, after when he even spoke last season about the club, saying that he needs a better challenge, he's better than Scottish football. Majority of players are better than Scottish football. We don't come out and say it on record to a French magazine trying to hint for a move away to Marseille or Lille or Lyon. Lyon, not Lyon. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the story is with him. If you heard if Dermot Desmond is quitting, if anyone in Ireland, I don't think he will. I think there's too much money for him being made at Celtic at the moment. Obviously, winning all them trophies. The Adidas deal is they're making a fucking fortune off that. Season books are obviously sold out this season, even though we were not there. Past the paradise was striving. So unless we don't deliver the league next season or this season, and we see the fans not renewing the tickets, and the fans are staying by to sack the board, back the team. Dermot Desmond will eventually walk away from it. Well, all well. I think the current bones are starting to drop points. Look at personally, the only way they're going to collapse is we need to collapse them. I know they obviously got beat by St. Mirren in the cup, but it's Celtic's job to put the fear of God into them, and that's what we're going to do. Hopefully, we're going to do that. If you're asking me right now, going into the 2nd of January, how confident I am out of 10, I'd say an 8. As I said, the room improvement defensively, and we need to get Edwards scoring goals domestically, and then I would say a 10. Keep Griffiths playing with Edwards, give him that confidence, because we're looking prior to COVID, we were going to go to Ibrox, and I think a lot of us were optimistic going into Ibrox with with Edwards and stuff and Griffiths to start front against them. We need to focus more on the games in hand against Rangers. Therefore, I just think we need to focus on every game that puts in front of us. Stop thinking about the games in hand. They're still not till after Christmas. Just think of what we have in front of us on Saturday against Hamilton. I think a lot of people, Celtic fans, get ahead of the game, and it's just every day as it comes. Every game as it comes, you can't plan it. Like, I work in a job where it's all sales driven. I can't plan on how many sales I'm going to get the following week because I got to take every day as it comes. And I think people are starting to get a bit anxious on the stand. When you look at the table, you see them on top of the table. You see they're playing well. They're performing well, and that's not down to us being failures this season. It's just down to them actually being hungrier. So the only way we can repair that is get this run going. Go to Ibrox, beat them, put the fear of God into them, put the holy water on them, and see what the story is. That's all I can say. Keep going through this now. Another 5 minutes left, folks. So keep the comments going. Really appreciate the 50 people watching on the 3 platforms tonight. Really, really, really appreciate it. As I said, we're going for 5K on YouTube. If you could if you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, I know majority of people have. It mean a lot to me because you got the likes of what our Celtic podcast, like they're striving, and if there's something that I have to do to make it better for you for the podcast, feedback's really appreciated. I'm in talks of getting a former Celtic player on the podcast in the new year. I was going to get him on before Christmas, but I thought with everything going on with the club, I thought it was right to keep him out of it because he's a legend at the club and he's a treble winner. He's won titles as a coach as well. So I'm gonna try get him on in the new year. I'm gonna try get Simon Donnelly back on and Jackie McNamara as well. See what we can do. Hopefully Simon can sort me out. Get a former legend on. We never know. We get Micah. So we'll have to see. I'm not putting promises in it. I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. At the end of the day, the page is enough. The page is enough of knowledge and capacity that it can be sold to a lot of people, and that's why I'm trying to say to you now, tell your friends about it. Tell the lads, tell the girls, put a wee tag in on Facebook to a friend to like it, because I'm not asking for a sympathy vote. I'm just asking for a favour. A favour that we can bring good content to you. So they have the Europa League, they have the league, they have the Scottish Cup. Same like they battled against St. Mirren. Look, at Rangers will fight in every ground, and I will be putting my Rangers hat on for them in the Europa League, because the more games they play in the Europa League, it gets them vulnerable. Their legs will start to run out. And you've seen in the 2007-8 season when that former club Rangers got the UEFA Cup final, they lost the league. And I'm hoping on something like that. I'm hoping on them messing up against teams that they thought they were going to hammer. And they've done it many times in the last 2 or 3 years. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Agree. 69. Sorrow is class. 69 is a great number, isn't it? It's a great number. Jim Goodwin set up well against against Rangers for St Mirren. Look, I didn't watch the game. I was doing a podcast. I obviously the comments are coming through at the time. What was it? 2-1, 2-all, 3. I was it 2-1 for them. That'd be the equalising. It was 3-2. But yeah, fair play. As I said, I hope everyone has their Christmas shoes on. And I just want to say to anyone as well that's watched the podcast and has had a really, really, really turmoil year, not year. We're always here to talk. I have a couple of admins on this that they're very easy to speak to, and you don't have to speak to me directly about mental health. I'm gonna hopefully do a campaign leading up to the anniversary of this. We're gonna get new stickers in and sell the stickers for mental health awareness, because we do have lockdowns obviously coming in Ireland and the UK, and people's mental health at the moment is not great. And I think striving and going to see football games was a lot of big part in their life, and they have to go by what they see on streams and go by what they see on social media, and there's a lot of toxic messages out there. But I'm here to talk. We've all had bad times, and we've all had really, really upsetting times. Some people have lost their loved ones through this pandemic, and I haven't had that just yet, but I'm hoping I don't. But I'm here to listen to anyone that wants to come on and have a chat to me. Drop me a via mail, drop me an email, drop me a direct mail, message me. The platforms are there all over the place. You can see in the small banner there where we are. I run the pages myself, majority of it, except Facebook. So yeah, as I said, I'm here to talk. Let the people speak, not to let the people sing. It's hard to open up sometimes when you have stuff like that going on in your life, and you just got to keep getting and sometimes people are embarrassed about their circumstances, but there's something to be embarrassed about, because at the end of the day, you're only fooling yourself by letting that dig in your head and dig in your head. So don't let it dig, just get on with it. We're here to talk. Mason kept travelling quiet. Look at it's not even about St Mirren. Look at St Mirren was last week. We need to think about what we have, and F the buns, Did you cry at the Celtic game? I was nervous. I didn't cry. There was a bit of overwhelmed feeling, but I think the Tom Roger goal, I was crying. Aberdeen, that one was just, that bring the tears out. Yeah, but even when we beat Aberdeen for 8 in a row, that bring the tears out as well. My Gaz was with me. There's been great moments over the last 9 years. The Scottish Cup was an overwhelming one. What I liked about the win against Hearts was Oyer's celebration, Scott Brown's celebration, Neil Lennon getting the trophy, the way he looked up to the confetti. It was just remarkable. And this is a lad that's gone through a lot of mental health issues, and he's never shied away from it. And Neil Lennon's an ambassador. He's done all. He's got the death threats. He's got the abuse. He's got the abuse from the other side I would say the Govan, the Clydes, and yeah, we gotta respect him. He's a manager. That's why I don't like talking about other people. I think it's very disrespectful, and that's why I learned about talking about in previous YouTube videos. Who would I bring in? I don't want to do it for likes. I want to do it for honest opinion. So no zombies at IPOX, no crowd. They're there for a second. Okay, regardless, the fans, no fans, they're there for the taking. And we've a team there that could go out there and prove them wrong. Upset them. The confidence is starting to build in the Celtic team. The confidence starting to build. You can see John Kennedy as well starting to actually put himself on the sidelines, show a bit of charisma. Jesus, someone must have woke up and told him that majority of Celtic fans are actually criticised him because he's been a brutal coach so far. But yeah, he's worked under Brendan. He's worked under obviously Ronnie and Neil. Do you think James McCarthy, Fraser Foster would help us? I don't personally think. I like James McCarthy. Obviously, I'm an Ireland fan. Obviously, James, he's from Glasgow, plays for the Republic of Ireland. He's been under a lot of injuries in the last 3.5 years of his career. I wouldn't get James McCarthy in. I know he's a solid midfielder, but we have enough midfielder. I'd rather keep Sorrow as at that level, and you probably want a high wage gap as well. So no. Regards to Fraser Foster, hell yeah, I think Fraser Foster is what we're missing at the moment, but you got to give the respect to Conor Hazard. He's came in against Lille. Fair enough, you can see the 2 goals, but and there were the 2 goals he couldn't do much about. The saves as well, winning the Scottish Cup for us from zero to hero. He was a cause of the 3rd goal, and a lot of people were saying after, even though he did say the 2 penalties, a lot of people were saying he was pish. But you know what? It's the experience of having bad decisions like that as a goalkeeper and making up for it, and he's done it. So congratulations on him. Stop Rangers down the wings. I honestly feel that we need to stop Hamilton first before we stop Rangers and stop Dundee United. I know a lot of people are getting it carried away and we're looking forward to playing the cream buns and stuff like that, but no, let's just play Hamilton. I actually saw Kennedy Small the weekend. I know. I think he must have had a Euro Million sticker or something, did he? Quite confident. He must have got a tip or something on a horse or something, because it was a bit weird that he was actually smiling for a change. Last time I seen him smiling was when we won against Aberdeen, 8 in a row. Cameron Harper, future for the season, feature of the season. I know Hail 67 done a video on it. He could perhaps. It depends on how much these players are getting on. It depends on injuries and stuff like that. He has done well for the 23s and Celtic Colts, so we'll have to see. Really have to see how this gets on. I'd like to see him feature. He's at the obviously improved with his muscular. He looks good. He looks sharp as hell. So we could see Cameron Harper feature, and maybe we could get Perez back and Manny back. Is it Manny Perez? Apologies if I got it wrong. Perez back as well. The 2 boys from America. I know they're playing over in America at the moment. We need to play 2 up front. It's weird how Celtic haven't really linked in centre backs. Look at if we can get the centre backs, which is getting there right, fair enough. If we can get Griffiths and Edward playing more times, that's the main thing. It really be good. And share it to my Celtic group, Celtic fans. Shout out to Frankie Boyle. He runs a Celtic group on Facebook, teams, if he's on Facebook, because this has gone across the 3 platforms: Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Join it, Celtic fans in Glasgow and abroad. So he's good following there. He's a nice guy, and I wish him the very best. He always tunes in as well for any live I do, regardless if it's tunes or podcasts. Celtic need to start scouting and signing young, hungry players from Portugal, Holland, Germany, France, Italy. Is that meant to be America? Yeah, it looks like America, Austria, and Spain. And you could perhaps put Australia in there as well. Obviously, we got young Tom Rodgers from Australia. Never know. The Canadian teams are doing quite well. Obviously, the Vancouver Whitecaps, Toronto FC, Montreal Impact as well. You got to look at their scouting systems are actually pretty decent. So the MLS would be a good shout for scouting wise. Look at Izaguirre. Izaguirre came from Honduras, didn't he? And we got him, and he was literally a great player for us. Declan Gallagher, a standout. Look, I think a lot of people have agreed on. I would go for Declan Gallagher. I think he was obviously under the Celtic books before. 2010, I think he was under Celtic books. So we'll have to see. So, folks, 2 more minutes left. He's a final 2 minutes to go, and I'll be heading off. Really appreciate you watching the podcast now via these streams. And I'd like to wish everyone a happy Christmas, regardless what you're doing. If you're on your own, you're with your family, if you're Zoom call, we'll try to get back on Christmas night and we'll make a bit of a laugh. We'll see what we can do. I know that sounds a bit desperate, like me coming on Christmas night. Can't see me pals. I'm going to see my kids early that day, so I'll be free. What else I'll be going to be doing? Playing FIFA, drinking beer, talking shite to myself. So we'll do another podcast. We'll see. Definitely see. We have Michael coming on anyway. Mike Trick's going to get another 1 or 2 people on if they're up for it. If you ever want to come on to the podcast as well, email us, drop us a direct mail. We'll see what we could do. I really hope. I'll look at Jack. I've said it many times. Is that my Jack? Is that my Jack Maxwell from the old TikTok? Is it? Is that the Jack? Is that the old ballad singer? Because if it is, big shout out to Jack Maxwell, Jackie boy. He's a good actor on TikTok. If he's on TikTok, Tim's, he's a good lad to watch. Um, he's great singer. He's a little band. If it's him, shout out. If it's not, I do apologise, Jack, but shout out to you as well. And I hope he does prove Duffy wrong as well. Really do. Merry Christmas, and when it comes, jeez, it's only around the corner. Well, we're literally smelling Christmas Eve at the moment. What, 50 minutes away from Christmas Eve? So we'll have to see. Would you take McCoy Stephen back from Red Bull? Not Red Bull, New York City. He's under Ronnie, or is that too much of an oldie? Celtic is supposed to be signing interest Mark McKenzie. We're meant to be looking at a guy from Philadelphia Union as well. Is that lad that we're looking at? Black guy. He looks pretty good. If that's the one we were looking at. I'm not going to say African American. I find that more racist than anything else. Black lives matter. That's why I say everybody lives matter. Once you treat everyone with respect, the way I say Celtic is a club for all. Colour, sexuality, everything. We got to treat everyone the same. Once I got abused because I had a transgender that wanted me to post a picture of them with Celtic jersey on the page, and I was like, why would I put a picture of you on the page? I barely put anyone else's fan pictures up. I'm not going to do it, because if I put that picture up, it means I have to put everyone else's pictures up, and I can't do that. My page is not here for shout out to pictures. It's here for content that people have to be interested in. And I voted for gay marriage, James. I believe in equality, and I'm strongly with it, and I believe in it. But when someone comes out and calls me saying that I'm anti-homophobic and stuff like that, it's just a different level. I'm just like, get a blatant grip yourself. You can't accept that that's rejection. It's rejection, because it makes you a different sexuality. It doesn't mean that you have the right to criticize me. So yeah, so we have many people that and same-sex marriage, and I believe everybody should be happy. Jack, it's great to see you're in anyway. Thank you very much for your support. No problem at all. As I said, hopefully we'll get you on. I'm going to get you on for the 10-year anniversary. I don't care what you say. You're coming on for the 10-year anniversary. What a bunch of arseholes these guys are. A budget of 100 plus. George, you know what? I still think I still think you're hurting from the weekend. And you know what? Thanks for watching the page. I'll leave you to it. Just leave you to it, because people like yourself, I know you're all entitled to your opinion. It makes you look like a bigger Phil coming onto the Celtic page. I know you've nothing else to be doing in your life than 10 past 11 in the night looking at a Celtic podcast, but you better take care of yourself, George. And I just want to say to you, I hope you went into Tesco's and got them tissues as well, because you probably need them after that result the weekend. Quad treble. And you remember the treble as well? Yeah, it's been many times. Happy Christmas, Keith. Good podcast from a good man. Thank you very much. Happy Christmas, Keith. Thank you very much, the Alex guy. I was going to say, can I call you the Alex fella? I call you the Alex fella, Yeah. Jambo here. Hope Rangers win the league. Well, okay. You can hope what you want to hope. You'll have to see at the end of the season. If they win the league, they win the league. If they don't, they don't. All you can hope is, sometimes your hope doesn't come true. So I'd recommend keep believing what you think, but I don't go with your belief. So good night to yourself, George. Take care of yourself. I know you subscribe to my YouTube channel because you're constantly watching, constantly commenting. So look at leave. I hope the die is going quite well as well. Diet Coke. Maybe we should link up with Ronnie Doyle's team in New York. Some young players there, we'll have to see. Martin, Gamina Malagut. Gamina Malagut. Ta. Mr. Forrest, do you think Martin Boyle would do a job for us? Martin Boyle, a bit hot and cold. He obviously went on a spell where he didn't score for 6 weeks for Hibs. He scored 2 weeks ago. Maybe he's a potential lad to get in. You never have to see. We'll have to see. You know, like Martin Boyle could be one for next season. I'd like to see him get in. You know, Jack Ross is doing a good job at Hips. Yeah. Paul Davison, mate, Rangers will pump us. They are daydreaming if we win the league on the layman. And Lenny, look at. We'll have to see the second. I hope that's my mate Dave, was it? We'll have to see the 2nd of January. And if they do beat us, I will turn around and say the chance that they will go on and do it. They will go on and do it. We can't afford complacency, especially going to this. They've no fans. They've no fans, like, you know. How's it going, Badass Cafe? Great pod from the lads from the Badass Cafe, home of Neil Podrick. Do you know what? One day, that's on the agenda, to be honest with you. I love to actually do it, a trip over on the bus, which is just because I have the 2 young kids. I don't really get over for games the weekends, but I will do one experience. I will obviously podcast and all. I know Paul done it, which is Paul Nealon done it. A good friend of mine done it last season for the league opener, and he really enjoyed it. He thought it was great. I actually watched the treble in the Badass Cafe. What a day that was. The Guinness at £5 a pint. El Jerry behind the bar. I actually used to play football with Jerry. Went to school with El Jerry boy, tall Jer, the black hair Crouchy. That's what I call him. But yeah, definitely. So I just want to wish George a good night. He's getting the Graham Norton chair now because he's just a different level. He just needs to get rid of himself. Seriously, he's been blocked because there's no need for that in podcasts. That's just a different. That's called uneducated. Now, David, I'm sorry for correcting you here, and I know what you're trying to say. It was actually the 07-08 season. Nakamura, Jan Vannegar, Hesselink, the Wednesday night, the 2-1 victory, and then the 3-2, Scott McDonald and Barry Robson. The reason why I know is because I was at the 3-2 game. It was my first proper season of being a team. You know? First proper season. I was at an All Firm before that. We got beaten 1-0 the season before. Hugo Eddie passed away. Mico Donald's obviously got to his family. I think it's over a year. It's over 2 years now since he passed away. Obviously, we'll all remember Fernando Rickson as well passing away. He was a legend for Rangers. You know, I respect. I don't have that bitterness like that gobshite Georgie had. So yeah, leave him to it. Treat everyone with respect, regardless of what football team it is. We designed the season. We can always play catch up. You know what? I know this is going to hurt a lot of Celtic fans when I say this, and I'm going to say this in a way that realistically, we could be ending this season without a trophy. I know we won the quad treble, but that's last season's achievements. I know we're wearing the Adidas kit and it's in the deep end of this season, but it's last season's achievements. So I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to bring that up again because that's a real sourpuss comment. But that's the reality. That could happen. So we'll have to defend the Scottish title and defend the Scottish Cup as well. He's being blocked. He's just on a different level. Yeah, 2007. It doesn't really matter, man. I know what you meant. And it's a great point what you meant, to be honest. Look, that's just an attention seeker. And you know what? Carmel always hits him fake. Pull him off, right? That's right. I like the picture. That's the free Derry. That's up beside the free Derry thing, isn't it? I've never been to Derry. I've always wanted to do Derry. It's bleeding 10 bleeding miles. By the way, folks, I just want to bring this up to you. I have launched the t-shirts. I've launched my own t-shirt brand. So what I'm going to do is that £12. There's 6 different colours. So if you want to get one for your lassie or get one for your dad or your pal, go ahead. Please support the page. The money is not going to me. It's going to the manufacturer because I needed to get a platform done. And eventually down the line, obviously, I'm going to do a PayPal link and start getting the money from people for podcasts to build a better podcast, better camera, better equipment. But I'm happy what I have at the moment. I don't want to use my pages. My page is not a charity, and I never will be a charity. I just want to say that to you. I won't be. People's pennies are tight at the moment, but the t-shirts are good. I'm going to send you the link of the t-shirts now. It's on me in the comments on the 3 platforms. I launched them this week. They're crackers. They're absolute belters. I put them on across the social media platforms, and they're nice. and they wash well. I have the two of them in a large, and I have to say I washed them already. They're not shrinking. The ink is not coming off them, and that's a massive thanks to It's a Grand Old Team. You know. So this is the link here, folks. I'm gonna just pin that there. Pin that to me timeout. So if you want to click that there, go into it. It's in the comments there. Have a look at it. Just copy and paste even. It's a Grand Old Tee. Go into the Grand Old Tee. You'll see the Command the Hoop section in the t-shirts. And have a look at the t-shirts. The belters, the black. So we have black one with the green crest, the new crest that you see there. We have white one with the green crest. We have a charcoal one with the green crest. We have a forest green one with the green crest. For the girls, we have a black one with the pink. I wore the other night on YouTube. And then we have a white one with a pink as well. So, guys, there's not just what other way I'm going to promote them than talk about them, you know. So, £12, £12 a year. I think the shipping altogether is £14. It'd be worth it. Do me a favour. So, just want to say we've hit the 1 hour mark. It's different. Look, I like obviously coming on and doing me Rebel sessions on the Commander Hoops Facebook page as well. It's a bit of a laugh, you know. I just want to say thank you very much for everyone watching tonight. Really appreciate it. I have to say it was a good podcast. And if you haven't subscribed or you haven't seen me on the other platform that is not on the moment, different platforms, go ahead. There you go. They're all there. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to say good night to you. If, as I said, I'll speak to you on Christmas night. If you don't see me on Christmas, I wish you a very Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll get there. We're getting there eventually. So congratulations to Celtic tonight. 2-0 winners. People will laugh and say, Keith, get a hold of yourself. 2-0. 2-0 to Ross County at home. Well, we got beaten by Ross County at home 2-0 a couple of weeks ago. So all pays back. Revenge is sweet. Could have been 3 or 4-0, but beggars can't be choosers, and we're still begging for confidence. We're still in belief. We still need that gear 5 of Celtic, and that's why I'm saying beggars can't be choosers. So let's see how we get on. As I said, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much, Stephen. Thank you very much for the 57 people that watched tonight. And good night. God bless. Hail, hail. Up the Celts. Take care.